Lessig here for Closet Confidential, for the Canine Chronicle, on their webpage and on their Facebook page. This is getting to be a little ridiculous, but we're still not in our new home, so I'm bringing you into my warehouse. And what this is essentially a whole bunch of stuff that we have in here that we're keeping packed so that we're ready to go when they say your house is ready to be occupied. But in the meantime, fashion has to go on. It's never ending, and I'm here to make sure that you stay with it and enjoy it. And a couple of things I've been thinking about lately. I've really been thinking about how we can bring you fashion that's totally affordable. So if you're looking at this program and you're watching me do whatever I'm doing and whatever my subject is, there are things you can afford and places you can go to buy them. So my definite emphasis on the next couple of episodes of Closet Confidential are going to be observing your pocketbook, being considerate of the amount of money we spend, making it go further, but making you look absolutely fabulous. Because if we are fabulous, then we are fabulous. It's that time of the year. I'm in my flannels. It's a beautiful sunny day. However, it's cold. And the weather is, of course, at this time of the year, we go anywhere from being in the high 40s. And then the next thing we know, where are we? We're back up to the 70s. And so it's really crazy. But the one thing it's time to do, folks, is get out your coats. And coats is sort of a wide variety of things. A coat can be a long coat, short coat, a three-quarter coat. But to wear something that we call a coat, I've decided to take it to another dimension. We don't have to consider it to be a coat. We can consider a coat to be anything that keeps us warm when we're going outside or if we're in a particularly chilly place. And of course, with these cold fall mornings that will obviously, by the time we get into November, be much cooler, some great ideas of some coats that will take you through the whole coat season. And the coat season really is now, probably till the middle of April. And of course, when you're back in May, you also may have some need to wear some coats. So let's go with some practical coats, some fun coats, some coats that anybody can wear, and something that you can afford to wear as well. Nothing here that I'm showing you is above probably $125. And so go out and search, learn your shopping skills. Buy what you need, not what you see and think you need, but buy what you need, because things have gotten terribly expensive. So let's start off with something that's really perfect for this time of the year, and also a kind of a good thing to wear if you're ever in a building when you're showing your dogs and it's chilly. You might want something else on that's going to look good. And this was something that I got, and maybe some of you saw me wearing it when I was stewarding at Westminster. And it's called a good old-fashioned cape. And this particular cape is really just a white fleece. That's all it is. Easiest thing in the world with one button in the front. Gorgeous, fabulous. And what I loved about it was I was cold in that building in May. And so this was on over my clothes, and I enjoyed thoroughly wearing it. And the other thing, girls, you can wrap it up and pack it up. And what wouldn't be better than being able to do that? So let's look at something else. And by the way, I bought this at Macy's, and it was a whole big $50. So go out, have a look, see if you can find one similar. And the other thing, girls, wash. It can wash in the washing machine, and it can go in the dryer. And that, to me, makes it savings as well on cleaning. So look for your different capes. They basically come in a one size, so you can find them everywhere. And of course, they've got a lovely hood on top that will change around instead of wearing it as a bit of a scarf around your neck. And girls, warm and cozy. So this would be my first selection for you for this time of the year, and it's a wonderful cape. And as we will be moving on, let's pick out something else that comes for this sort of a season, but really you could be wearing it well into the past. And that is, this is a coat dress. And I'm sure you've seen me wear it. It's a great, fabulous plaid. And it's from a company, this is Helene Berman of London. And actually, to be 100% honest, I bought it on Poshmark. And I paid less than $100 for this. It's double-breasted, it's got great coat, and it's a lined coat. It's a nice, heavy, lined coat. And when I say heavy, I mean that the wool pattern is heavy, not that the coat itself is heavy. Because a heavy coat, which is a good thing to mention, a heavy coat, when you're wearing it all day long, whatever you're doing, it does weigh you down. But when I'm always cold, and we always know I'm always cold, and it's beautifully lined, and it's a little bit heavy because it is lined, double-breasted, and look at the bottom, girls. It's all ruffled at the bottom. Really great. Imagine this with a pair of booties on your legs, a pair of black tights, and a cute scarf around your neck, and you are rocking this coat. So look for these kinds of coats. They're great. I did have the bottom, I did have that sewn up because I was wearing it as a dress, but certainly, and you have to love the plaid. In fact, I just wore this at Montgomery when very few people were dressed the way I thought they were going to be this year because it was cold and windy. Okay, the next thing I want to show you is how to use a coat's a coat, but that doesn't mean it can't be a jacket. So let's think about it this way. If you in fact and indeed find it, this is a great jacket. I actually bought it at the Philadelphia Kennel Club. Years ago, I was in the building, I was judging, I got cold. They had some really great vendors, and off I went, and it's a cute little, it's a fake fur, but it's cozy, and when you wear it, it keeps you warm. And let's face it, something like this just to throw on over a cute dress is a great outfit. You can wear it outside, it'll keep you warm, and it's got a nice weight to it, and it's easy to keep clean, and I like it because, again, packability. If I can pack it and wrap it, put it in a suitcase, and not worry that it isn't going to come out looking perfect, I don't like to take it with me because you don't have time when you're so busy at the dog shows to be doing things like fixing up your clothes or trying to get the creases out of them. So I try to live in a crease-free world if that's entirely possible. I'm not sure, but I'm definitely working on it. And you can find jackets like this at all prices. I know that when I bought this at Philadelphia, I honestly don't remember the price on it. It was not expensive because I was picking it up because I was cold. But I get compliments on this. And the other thing I've noticed about when I'm wearing this, everybody comes by and kind of like rubs it to see, is that, oh, that's so soft. And it is soft. And so it's a great thing also to have with you, just if you just pick up a chill. So we'll put this on the almost coat situation because coats can be anything that we want them to be. So I'll put this back on the rack. And let's go to something that I find to be particularly wonderful. Uniqlo. These are coats in a bag. And what this means is it comes with a bag. And believe it or not, this coat, which happens to be warm, it wouldn't do you in 30 degrees, but if you're in something 40 degrees, 50 degrees, it's a great coat. It's a full-length coat. It's down. It's washable. And believe it or not, it does stuff in that little bag. And they're wonderful, especially if you're traveling and you're not at home and you need space, you're flying with a dog, you're judging and you got to get, to the site and you're not sure what the weather's going to be. These Uniqlo coats, and you all know what Uniqlo, U-N-I-Q-L-O. And they're wonderful. And they have one thing that they do extremely well is winter clothing. Some of their summer clothing I've never been enamored of, but between the tights that'll keep you warm, coats like this, which is from their Lightweight Down collection. It comes in a gazillion colors. And again, I don't even have to wrap it. I just have to stuff it in a bag. And if you're carrying a backpack or something at the show and you need it, you just pull it out. And again, a million colors. This is super lightweight. When they say lightweight coat, they mean lightweight coat. So you really will get an awful lot out of it. And go look at the stuff on Uniqlo. They're always having a sale on something. And these jackets also come. They come with a jacket that's smaller, which I have, and a million other things. And the good collection for winter clothing from Uniqlo is their Heat Tech collection. I have on a Heat Tech little, it's actually almost like it's a sleeveless shirt that you can put on something just to keep a little bit warm. And it does keep you warm. And it keeps your neck warm. And I find if my neck and my back are warm, and I have hand warmers in me, in my pockets, and I've got good warm socks on and good shoes, I can be warm even outdoors. So here's another idea from Uniqlo. Check out the Heat Tech collection. You will be shocked at the prices of these things. Their tights and all the undergarments you can wear that have Uniqlo in them are really amazingly well priced. So again, I'm watching our pocketbooks. Take a look at the Uniqlo collection. Lots of colors, lots of different things. Is it fashion forward? Some of it is, but for the most part, the pieces are very practical. And I think practical is really something we have to consider in the winter because you don't want to be walking in the cold or out in the cold or just plain old cold, let's just face it. Okay, I'm going to take you into two different kinds of raincoats. Raincoats are coats, and they serve a real purpose. And obviously, we need them. What I look for first in a raincoat is a big hood. And I'll just step in for you. This hood, you can see it's huge. When I wear it, I look like I'm wearing a frock all over my head. It's huge. And what I love about this is it has, besides being well styled, can you see? It's got really nice features in the back. It's got great pockets because in the rain, you want pockets. Big, big pockets. And the other thing I love about this is it has a lining, and the lining comes out. So you can either leave the lining in, it's buttoned in, or you can have it out. And I just find it keeps me warm, and it's a great thing to have, and it's not too heavy. I'm not telling you it's light, but it's not too heavy. And the lining does come out. You can unbutton it and make it a lighter raincoat if you need to, but it's stylish. And the collar, if you're not using it as a hood, it folds up in a way that just surrounds your neck. And again, I think I bought this on a website. I think it was Rue La La years ago. It's held up like it's iron. And so I know I didn't pay, of course, because it was years ago, but I wanted you to see that a good raincoat with a hood that converts into a collar, that has a lining in it that you can take out. It travels well. Again, we can just wrap it up and put it in a suitcase and take it with us. And so this would be a good raincoat to consider. And it's also got a bit of a dressy look. So if you're going out on your own personal stuff and it's a rainy night or a rainy day, it's a great coat. Looks good with everything. Even a pair of jeans underneath it. It's just a really pleasant coat. It came from a company called Nuevo de Lula. And who knows, maybe it was even made in China. But anyway, it is lovely. And guess what? It is made in China. But it's a beautiful raincoat. And you need a good raincoat in your wardrobe. Then for another raincoat idea, suggestion, something that's much lighter weight. A little more casual, but quite adorable. And this comes from the collection of Betsey Johnson. And in case you do not know, Betsey Johnson dressed Carrie in Sex and the City. Most of her clothes were designed by Betsey Johnson for that show. And I didn't know this was a Betsey Johnson, but the cutest thing is, can you see? In the back, it's got all texture. It's all pretty, and she makes the nicest touches on her things. This tightens up for you, so it makes the waist come in. The quilting in the front. And it's got excellent pockets both out. You've got button pockets, zipper pockets, and there are pockets inside that you can also drop things into. Which makes, I find when you're wearing a raincoat, inevitably you're going to get your hands would be getting wet. So it's a great place to put in anything you need, and I will say that for the other raincoat as well. And this I bought for $35 on a website. I think it may also have been Rue La La at the time, because a lot of these other sites did not exist, and so it probably was. And they do exist, and they're a throw off of basically Rue La La, Gilt, and a lot of the things that you see there, you will see on both of those sites. And another good site to check out if you need to is Off Fifth, which is a division of Saks Fifth Avenue, and they often have a lot of interesting and well-priced clothing. So that's another one to check out. I've been buying on there for a long time, and you can sometimes, I bought a gorgeous jumpsuit, that was like a $400 jumpsuit. I got it for less than $100. So go look at these sites, because that's the way you're going to be able to maneuver through this, this never-ending inflation and the prices of everything being so high. So be smart and shop smart. Okay, we're now going to go into another coat that I have, which is a heavier version of the one I showed you from Uniqlo. And again, this was from my Rue La La days. And it's actually, you can wear it on the maroon side, or you can wear it on the black side. And it is a down coat. The beauty of this down coat is it weighs nothing. And it's a heavier down coat than the other one I showed you. And once again, it goes into a bag. All you have to do is bunch it up, throw it in a bag, and I always say, this is the coat that saved me when I was in Florida during in January. It was so cold that you couldn't even, your teeth chattered all day long. And I brought this coat with me just in case it was that cold. And I think from being on the grounds and everybody asking me about my coat, I think I could have sold a dozen of them if I had them. And it's really nice. It just zips up, and it's got some bulk to it. I often wear this when I'm out doing miles in the wintertime because it's long enough to keep me warm, and I do really like to be able to be warm when I'm out. It's a great length. Take a look. Great pattern into style in the back. It's not baggy. Great hood. There's the front. And then if you're looking for something in the down family, and you want something a little more, let's say, a little more stylish, I have this one to show you. Again, a coat that I bought in the days that I was busy buying all these new coats that were coming onto the market. Look at that. It's a great styled coat. It's asymmetrical in the front. This is not one that fits into a bag. This is the third level of heavy, I would say, of the down coats that are functional. But it's great. Look at the front. Look at this. And step back. I mean, it's really neat. And the belt, and then it's got pockets in the front, and bless these pockets, they are zipped pockets. And I'm sorry, girls, but I love my zip pockets. Your phone could be in here, your little wallet could be in here, your gloves could be in here. It's really great, and they're nice deep pockets, and it's a really stylish coat. I'm going to stand back even more. I'm sorry that I'm working in a tight little space, and I'm not able to show you things as well as I might like to. but I think you get enough of an idea so that you know the kinds of things to go look at, and that you will go out and you will find these kinds of things and you will be interested in buying them because they're going to be the right price as long as you need to buy them. Okay, now we're getting to some really fun stuff. A coat is a coat isn't a coat. So let's go into these that are what I would call exceptional coats. This is an evening coat, and it is mixed media. The top is, as you can see, with all of its little sparklies. See them? Then you come down the coat and you see this is a wool. And it's a wool that's done in a diamond pattern. And then the cuffs have like fake fur. And there you see the fake fur. And as you go to the bottom, it's ribboning is what they call. It's when they make a pattern that looks as if it's been made with ribbon. And that creates a waistband, as you can well see. And then the front and the bottom, beautiful, beautiful quilting. And it's an exceptional coat. I did buy it on Yoox. I found it, which is Y-O-O-X. And as you know, it's an Italian designer site that I shop on all the time. And you can get things there from $15 to $50,000. You just have to go look. You can put in a price bar on it. You want to start at point A and you want to go to point B. So if you wanted to see things under $100, you can put that into the search engine. If you're looking for something extravagant and you want to go up to other sums, you can do that as well. But their sales, when they have them and you watch things on the site, honestly, you can get some of the most beautiful things. And what I love about this coat is the bottom has snaps, so you can close it, and the top with the zipper. And so you can make any kind, if you wanted to wear this, for example, over something where you wanted it to be open, for be able to see the skirt or the dress or whatever you have underneath, it would work. If you just want to put a simple black whatever under this and wear it, it's fabulous. And if you notice, it's got crystals all around the neck. There they are. And all the beautiful features of this. This is what I call a craft piece. It's something that you're going to wear for something special because it's a standout. And on the occasions that I have worn it, it was a standout. And also, on the sleeves, if you can see, they're sort of puckered. So this would be one of my boutique items. And let me show you something I found on Yoox last year. I guess it was after the holidays. And I knew I had a couple of places to go, and I knew one was particularly going to be cold inside. And I saw this on Yoox, and I thought, gee, it's really interesting. But I really wasn't interested in paying, I don't know, $200 or $300 for it. So I just kept watching it. And one day, lo and behold, it came up for sale. And I know, because I just looked, I paid $93 for it. But what this is, I'm going to stand back as far as I can so that you can see it. It's just this massive vest. And it's lined with a pattern of wool in the inside. And by the way, you can turn it that way and wear it on this side. Or you've got this wonderful quilted coat. And on me, it's almost a coat. So, I mean, if somebody else, it might be sitting in a different place. And also to get in and out of it with ease, all you have to do is there are snaps all down the side. And if you just do the snaps, and they're easy to do. In the meantime, I'll show you more of the lining. If 80 people didn't stop me, I don't know what did, because I ended up wearing it all through the, I guess beginning maybe in February, taking it all the way through. because it was cold. And here's another great thing that it does. So if you know you're going to a building and they're telling you, well, we really don't have heating, find something like this. I'm standing back so you can just see it's almost like a bat wing. And on me, the back is longer. It's one of the ones where your front is one length, and so it covers your butt. And to me, it's almost down to the back of my knee. I love this. This was $93 of well-spent money. It did what I needed it to do. I was careful about how I shopped for it, and that's what you have to do. You can't just see it and buy it. You can go on these sites and create your favorites, put them in, go back and look at them. They let you know when they have sales. And Yucks is, if you have nothing to do one day and you're bored and you want something to do, take yourself for a visual travel day and go on that site. There are things for men, women, children. There's some household things on it too, but they're exceptional. They're all new. It is not resale. And girls, guys, your minds will be blown what's on there. I mean, there are things you could buy that you never thought you could buy if you buy carefully. And so this kind of takes us through my vision of coats for all, and coats for all different seasons. Because don't we have a ton of them hanging in our closets? And if you have a coat that you don't need, and you know a resale shop that you want to take them to, or a site that you want to put them up on, you've got Poshmark and eBay, certainly great sites for buying all these things. Do it, because the money you get back gives you a chance to invest in something that you do. Or for heaven's sakes, girls, get together and have a swap party. Somebody may need a jacket like, a trendy little jacket like this little cute asymmetrical down coat. And you have one that you've seen that they have that you want. Trading clothes is a good thing. And I know that you girls sometimes sell clothes to each other, which I think is also fabulous and industrious. But go out and look to find the bargains. And when I say go out, go to TJ Maxx. Sometimes you can find excellent things there. And there are other stores that are like that. Go look around. And websites, if you need to look for clothes, websites are probably the easiest thing to do. But you have to be careful. You have to know your size. You have to make sure they take back. You can do returns or exchanges, because any place that won't give me a return or an exchange, to be perfectly honest, I don't want to buy it, because I can't be certain that I like it from the pictures. The Real has a lot of interesting stuff, but I find that looking at their pictures, it's too hard to understand. Is this going to fit me? Because they really only give a few measurements, where other sites, for example, Yucks is not great with measurements. They'll give you, they'll tell you how long it is, but they're not giving you a chest measurement or a length measurement for the most part. So you have to really be careful, but they do take back. And what I like about them is you can have things delivered to you, and $6.95 for delivery. And if you send it back, it's just another $6.95 to send it back. And that's really inexpensive for something you're looking at that you didn't need. When it came to you in your hands, wasn't what you wanted or didn't look like what you did. Their pictures are good, and it's much easier to know what you're buying. But I'm finding on the Real, it's hard to know what it is. I mean, if you're looking for a Louis Vuitton bag, no. But if you're looking to buy a dress, or you want to get a blouse or something, it isn't quite the same. So be careful how you shop. Make shopping fun. It is sort of a challenge in a lot of ways. And again, here on Closet Confidential, I'm making a real effort to make sure that if I'm showing you something, it's in a price point that you can afford. We may do an episode soon coming up with specialty clothes. In that case, we might take it up a little bit, but we're going to be considerate of our pocketbooks, because we like to buy pocketbooks, and if we don't have anything in our pocketbook, we can't go buy pocketbooks. So it's Elaine Lessig on behalf of the Canine Confidential, on their webpage and on their Facebook page, saying to you, fashionistas, if fashion isn't everything, I don't know what is. So until the next time, see you soon.